What's up, everybody? It's your favorite host, A Million. I'm back with another episode of the Sip and Sip podcast. Tonight, I have a special guest. He is an artist all the way from the Midwest. I'm talking about St. Louis. Make sure you give it up for artist Marlo2xx. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, you know what? I'm just trying to stay cool. It is hot where I am. It's hot here in the South.
Where you at?
I am in Alabama. So,
Yeah.
it is that southern heat. You already know what it is. See, I'm not out there in the Midwest. I know it's pretty, the weather's pretty cool because y'all got like
No,
some crazy weather.
no,
But
you know
here
this
in the
heat
South,
here. This heat here is humid. It ain't no wind or nothing. It's just sticky.
it's sticky, it's humid. But here it's humid, it is hot. It's like the devil hot here.
Yeah.
So Marlo2xx, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming on to Sip and Sit. So, we're going to jump into this interview. I want to know about you. How did you get started on your journey as an artist?
As an artist, I ain't like when I first started, it was just like really for fun. I wasn't even too deep into the music at first. I used to just freestyle with a whole bunch of my friends, and like we used to all play basketball on the road. And I used to just freestyle every time we took a trip out of town. It was just always freestyle, or we'd just be playing around doing something. And like, I dropped some projects in like 2021, but there was still like some playful projects. Then later on, I had lost my dad that year in like December. So then it was just like, that's when I started taking it real serious.
So with you being like a ball player, because this is funny to me, mostly you would not expect a ball player to, like that really can rap. So I'm just it's so funny to me that you got two skills, you
Yeah.
like A1 on the court. Now let me see. I think you probably are power forward. Am I right?
No, I'm a point guard.
Oh, well, excuse me. See, I was gonna say that first, but I wasn't too sure.
Yeah.
But with you being talented on the court, and now you dropping some bars. So, how did your friends take this? Like, okay, my boy Marlo, he kind of rap. Like, what was their like first impression of you as a rapper away from the ball player?
No, they knew I had it. I ain't gonna lie. They the reason I do it for real, cause like we all was running wild here and there within the streets. So the freestyle was like our way out of basketball and the streets. It was like where everybody met in the line at. So my partner, his name Reese, I call him Baba. He he bought me my first pair of Apple headphones because we was all in like the little PlayStation party, and I was freestyling, and I wanted to make some actual music to where everybody could just listen to it. So my first song was recorded, like my first couple of mixtapes was recorded off my phone and the Apple headphones he had bought me because he believed that I could really do it.
So how does that make you feel like as an artist that your friend or friends, really support your passion? How does that make you feel?
It made me feel good. Yeah, I was messing with it. Now that I look back at it, I made a song for him. Like, thank you, Reese, for doing that. I thank all my guys for supporting me.
I love that, and it's nothing like friends supporting friends. If you can rap, make sure you go to the shows, and they are there to give you some pointers, some much needed constructive criticism. Sometimes we
Yeah,
don't like to hear it, but it's needed. And it's not always friends are not being haters. You do have some that are, but most of them, the genuine ones, are always going to give you that accountability and say, hey, bro, I think you need to tweak this, do
yeah.
something different with your music. So it's always good to have, really, really good, genuine friends. Now, with you saying you getting into the music game and you really taking it seriously, away from basketball,
Yeah.
what have been some obstacles that you've had to overcome to really put yourself out there as an artist?
I ain't gonna I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I wouldn't even say it's been no obstacles to get put out there because when I first started, or even when I was going like right now, like the end goal is definitely to make money to
Mm-hmm.
support your family and branch off into other stuff with the music that you made.
Mm-hmm.
But this, like, when I did it, it was my way of venting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from when we used to freestyle to when I started writing and then my dad passed, it was just always my way of venting.
Mm-hmm.
I never really took it seriously to like, oh, I want to be the next Jay-Z or I want to be the
Mm-hmm.
next Biggie, Tupac. It was just like my way of venting.
Mm-hmm.
I go tell stories. I never really talked to people or no therapist, so that was my way of venting.
Mm. And you know what is it's amazing that a lot of artists don't really say, music is a way for me to vent. You went through so much pain with losing your dad, and I know that was a turning point in your life to, really be more serious and have this passion. Was your dad a big, cheerleader for you in your music?
He liked a few of my songs. He was more of a critic than a cheerleader. He
Mm-hmm.
did like he liked two specific songs, but he had his own like record label back in his time. Him and his
Oh.
friends, he had his own record label. So he always criticized me more than be like, yeah, I like this song. But he came in a couple of nights singing a specific song that I made.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So with him having like his own record label back in the day, so you grew up like within music. It was already embedded in you along with basketball, but kind of music kind of was embedded. You saw it with your dad. How did his business knowledge of music influence you to be a great artist?
Ooh. I say it influenced. I ain't gonna lie, his whole lifestyle influenced me to be the man I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Business, street life, basketball, coach, a mentor for all the kids. Like it just influenced me. I really just what I seen him do, that's what I wanted to do. Like get it and make a way for everybody around you. Give back to the kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just always help out.
Exactly. Always giving back. And that's what a lot of artists are, doing now when they make it, even when they get big, get their distribution deals, they're always coming back to give to their community.
Yeah.
And how has, your community of being in such a great city and as St. Louis, you have so many artists like Nelly and even now Sexy Red, everybody's coming from, Missouri. How has your community or your city helped you as an artist and kind of back you up a little bit and support you in your music?
Ain't the city is like it's word. It's good and bad when they
Mhm,
come to that. Cause like I ain't even gonna speak from like my standpoint. I'm just gonna speak for everybody. Like you got some that's really like talented, but they
mhm,
won't back certain people up until they heard that you got some type of movement from outside the city.
mhm,
And then they'll back the ones up that's already heard, like that they feel got it. But everybody, I feel like everybody could win together here. Cause we are talented. St. Louis
mhm,
really a gold mine with
mhm,
a whole bunch
mhm,
of superstars.
mhm. I feel like St. Louis is really a slept on city when it comes to music.
Yeah,
I say that, of course, Nelly being one of the biggest hip hop artists from St. Louis, and now we got Sexy Red. So it's like the Midwest is coming, but do you feel that St. Louis has been slept on for so many years until Sexy Red, until her glow up came in the last couple of months? Do you think St. Louis has been slept on as far as music?
yeah, for sure. Cause we didn't have artists from when I was playing basketball, doing the other stuff. We didn't have artists that I felt was bigger than some people within the industry. That's who I
Mm-hmm.
felt was big. It's some artists that's here today with me that I feel bigger than some people in the industry. But you know, that's just how I go. Yeah, we definitely slept on. We definitely
Mm-hmm.
slept on. But right now, it's our time. So if we could all just come together and do what we need to do, I feel like we could be the biggest city.
Mm-hmm. And you have so many like influences. I know you talked about your dad and in the unity of the city. Who are some of your music influences that you look up to that really, kind of push the pen to the paper to make you be greater as an artist? Who are some of your musical influences?
All right, so like on the rap side, I got Jay-Z,
Mhm.
Biggie, Kendrick, uh, Kevin Gates, and then you got like ESTG, a little bit of Young Boy, and then
Mhm.
like more like on the emo rock side, I got like Juice World and X.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
messed with them heavy
Mhm.
while they was here, and
Mhm.
then I listen to R&B here and there, but I don't really too much sing. I sing here and there on a song, but
Oh, so you got another hidden talent a lot of people don't know about. You
yeah,
sing too.
the vault so deep. Like I got the two personalities, the Mac versus him. I got the double single out right now.
Mhm.
Like I just he more like vulnerable and open up to the people. So
Mhm.
I will hop on the track and sing. And then you got Mac. He rap. But yeah, I didn't hop on some different stuff. The vault so deep. I got like 220 unreleased songs.
Oh wow, 220 unreleased songs. So I gotta ask you, why 220 unreleased songs? And is that like a standard for artists, like, having so many unreleased songs?
I don't know if it's a standard, but I'm finna raise the bar because I'm in the middle of a project right now,
Mm-hmm.
doing a 30 for 30.
Mm-hmm.
And my manager, it was really supposed to be I go to the studio and make a song a day, but I really did like the
Mm-hmm.
30 songs within like a week and a half. I went to the
Mm-hmm.
studio and made the 30.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, I'm finna get ready for this EP, then drop a mixtape, and then drop an album. I just got stuff loaded. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
You
raise the bar for everybody.
you raising the bar for everybody out there in St. Louis.
Yeah,
Marlo is coming. Marlo two times is coming. Now we talking about your sound, and I know you mentioned the influences of emo rock, of hip hop. How would you describe your unique sound on your music? How would you describe it?
mm, I describe it like I can get on a song and give you like some trap rock. Like you know how they got like
Mm-hmm.
trap hop. I can give you some trap rock. Like so it'll be some emo, but I'll be sweet talking. Or
Mm-hmm.
what they call it, they'd be like shit talking on some trap music. I don't know. I just like to be in different lanes.
Different lanes, but you have kind of separated yourself from everybody to having your own specific lane, because we're going to talk about the new project that you just dropped today on July 17th, called 30 for 30. But before we get to that, I want to continue with hip hop. We're celebrating 50
50
years
years.
of hip hop. Can you believe that? I'll be 36 next month. That is kind of like half my life. So, I the
Yeah.
influence of hip hop has always been, amongst me. I love it, even growing up in the South. What is your opinion of how 50 years of hip hop, or the hip hop culture, has influenced us as a culture?
It's a vibe. Like I ain't gonna like people always show the bad narrative of music and say that's why people running wild. But without hip hop, it's a whole bunch of dances and family get-togethers that would have never happened.
Mm, yes, all the cookouts, the
Yeah, all the
get-togethers, like
cookouts, all
everything.
that, none of that wouldn't have happened
Mhm,
without the hip hop. Like
mhm.
ain't nothing wrong to turn up to some R&B, but without the hip hop and you get to go out there and get your groove on, that wouldn't have happened.
Oh yes, I mean, because it at every family reunion, every cookout, every kickback, somebody is playing
Yeah,
some hip hop music, whether it is from the 80s, the 90s, old school to new school. Rap
it's
is going to
something.
get
It's
played. Hip hop
something.
is something is going to
Yeah.
get played. Something is going to get played. Now, what is one of your favorite hip hop songs? And it doesn't matter the artist. What is like one of your favorite hip hop songs?
Control. But
Hmm.
Kendrick was a feature on there, but Kendrick, it's out of control or or Kevin Gates.
Hmm.
It's any Kevin Gates song, but it's out of control or a Gates song, but control because like both of them unapologetic and Kendrick did what I'm on right now. He raised the bar. He
Yeah.
literally was like he didn't diss his friends, but he let them niggas know like, oh, I cannot say that, my bad. He let them know like y'all gonna have to step y'all game up, or y'all fans not gonna want to hear from y'all no more. It's
Mhm.
just gonna be me. He
Mhm.
let, and he even was talking about the people that was on the songs with him. So it was like, I don't know. I listen to the lyrics. I'm a lyricist, and like Kendrick, Control definitely like top tier, top tier.
Mhm.
Or
Mhm.
Jay-Z 22 twos.
Yeah, like I'm a
Yeah,
big Jay Z fan, and I like Kanye West. I'm a big Kanye and Jay Z fan. You know, from up there, Chicago, New York. But in the South, will always be for me Ti and Ludacris. I love that. I gotta
from the
give. I gotta
South,
give them. Huh?
over you got them over Boosie and Wayne.
Well, let me take that back. I do have to put Lil Wayne and Boosie. Of course, you know they always gonna get played in the
Yeah,
club. But you know, being kind of close to Atlanta is I was listening to more of Atlanta music. But of course,
yeah,
Wayne and Master P, like the New Orleans side of me, yes.
yeah,
But you know, the Atlanta side, T.I., Ludacris is always, you know, it's a vibe, like you said
yeah.
before. Hip hop is a vibe. Now, what do you think are like the pros and cons of like hip hop today? Like, as from your opinion as an artist, what are like the pros and cons of hip hop?
The pros, you get to get away from whatever situation that you was in,
Mm-hmm.
because it can't bring you a lot of money, land you deals.
Mm-hmm.
You can it ain't all about like who the toughest, so you can definitely make new friends and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Some like a con, I say, I'm gonna just go back and forth. A con, but like people gonna try you. People gonna try you because they think because you're an artist now, you gotta carry yourself some type of way. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody ain't got that flip to cut that other switch off. So
Mm-hmm.
another pro, I don't know. You get to find out like it's people that relate to your music a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you help them out. I feel like that's one of the biggest pros. Like you get to help other people out by them listening to your music. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't had somebody come to me like, I listen to your music and hear what you be talking about, and like it get me through the day knowing that like
Mm-hmm.
nigga, you overcame this right here, so I know I can overcome this right here too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A con, oh, it's dangerous being an artist. It's dangerous being a human where
Yes,
I'm
it
from.
is. It
Yeah,
really is.
it's dangerous being a human where I'm from, but
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely so it's 10 times more dangerous to be an artist
Mm-hmm.
because you gotta I don't know.
It is like I feel like with being an artist, and as you see it now, because it's all over the blogs, you can be an artist, be performing on stage, and then somebody's throwing a phone at you, a shoe,
Yeah,
and I feel like that's disrespectful to the artist. Because what if you get hit? What if something hurts you and you got
yeah,
to shut down the concert or shut down the show or whatever? I think we as I guess in our culture or anybody, I feel like that's the ultimate disrespect of for artists. I think a lot of artists now, you know, if you throw someone on the stage, oh, they cutting everything. They walking off the stage. As you saw with Sexy Red a couple of weeks ago, they were throwing shoes, phones at her, and she just was like, you know what, I'm done, and she
yeah,
left. And she left the stage. And I just feel like it's a lot of cons being an artist these days. You didn't have to worry about that, you know, with old school. You didn't have to worry about anybody, but just coming bum rushing the stage. But usually they were cool with it. But now you throwing objects. It's just a lot that goes on, you
I'm
know,
gonna put
with
it
it.
like this. It's more accepted for a fan to do that now because we
Mm-hmm.
supposed to carry ourselves in a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't, it's a cancel generation going
Mm-hmm.
on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if we act out, we automatically
Mm-hmm.
get canceled. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they can't control themselves around fans.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how bad we get disrespected on that stage,
Mm-hmm.
if they do something, we gotta just bow down. But either way it go, they gonna find a way to try to cancel somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we handle it like jumping
Mm-hmm.
off the stage and handling them for real, we in the wrong, or we still in the wrong. We walk off the stage like, no, I'm not finna deal with this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gone. We
Mm-hmm.
still gonna get wrong for it. But like back then, a nigga catch a jab or two, they come on the stage acting crazy, and then everybody just go back to the event. Shit, it was just cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the
Exactly.
cancel generation. It's messing everything up, literally everything.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like, we're so quick to cancel, everybody from every
Yeah,
artist, every new movie star, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people, that have done twisted things, yes, but I feel like we're just too quick to
too quick.
cancel culture. And I feel like you said, this wasn't even going on. You look at people like the baby, you look at Kanye West, you look at and you know what, and I think it's more so the male um artists than the female artists. I don't see as much female artists being canceled. I see more of the male artists.
Because a female, she'll adjust herself, but the male, we
Mhm.
stand on morals and principles. So like, there's some females out
Mhm.
there like that, but usually females adjust themselves to be more industry looked at. But a male, we stand on morals and
Mhm.
principles, especially if you come from the streets.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and more of a a city vibe more than a
Yeah,
country vibe. For me, because it's like in the South where they say it's Southern hospitality. You kind of turn the other cheek, but then again you don't. So it's just it's a whole
yeah.
different. When we talk about artists and how they present themselves or whatnot, why do you think now in hip hop culture or in music in general, there's just so much hate among hip hop artists? There's always, and I feel like for me as a female, it's more female hate than anything in hip hop right now. It wasn't as it wasn't a lot of hate back then growing up in the 90s. You might hear a name drop or two, but that's more so of a man or something cheating or whatever. But
Yeah.
now it's more female hate amongst the hip hop culture, amongst hip hop artists, than it is males now. So what is your opinion on that as an artist?
Mm, I don't really see no legitimate beefs.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the beefs I seen, they got to do with a female. And like my pops always told me, he said we not gonna beef over no female because
Mm-hmm.
it's 10 females for you. So for every one of me, it's 10 more y'all. So we not
Yeah.
gonna beef over no females. Niggas not even beefing over money no more, or like nothing crazy. They just beefing just to say
Mm-hmm.
that they beefing or to try to get some
Mm-hmm.
clout or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's no legitimate beef no more. Everybody just it's some I don't know what started it, but it's some type of hate in everybody's heart right now
Mm-hmm.
that just wanna and we just killing each other.
Hmm. Do you
We
think that social media has played a big part of,
Yeah,
with artists beefing and things like that?
for sure. And I tell my manager every day, anytime that we talk and she want me to be on social media, I tell her every day, if it wasn't for music, I would have been deleted social media. I hate it.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
hate social media. I never like social media. I be on there for the little whoop de woos or whatever, but I
Hmm.
ain't I ain't never like social media.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
just because you too much conflict, and it's a whole bunch of instigators that, and most likely they not gonna do shit. They
Hmm.
just be on there
Hmm.
talking to get you aroused.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never liked it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like social media has played a downfall when it comes to entertainment within
Yeah,
artists, because you see more beefs starting from fan pages or fake pages, putting little droplets of doubt in people's mind, and then it's polluting their mind. It's like the negativity, and
yeah,
I feel that is one reason why you see Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beefing all these years.
yeah,
It's just so much, and to me it's like uncalled for. Both artists are great in their own right. A lot of artists are great, and I feel like you look at 90s hip-hop, you had likes of MC Light, you had Salt and Pepper, Raw Digger,
yeah,
Foxy Brown, and Lil Kim, Queen Latifah. Most of those women back then in that era came from Unity, because there were no female rappers beforehand in the 80s, well, early 80s, when rap came about. So I just
everybody
feel
thinks
like,
somebody owed them something.
I think it's true that it's like, they are entitled. They're
Yeah, and don't
entitled, and I
nobody owe
feel
you
like,
shit.
and I feel like we as a culture, if we could just unify and come together, we will be the greatest, artists ever in our culture, which we are. I don't think don't I don't think it I think it is, but what I'm saying is we're like, we have the best music. Everybody takes a
Yeah,
piece of our music culture, everything from jazz, from R&B to rap. Everybody samples us, and we were the forefront, of everything of the culture.
Yeah, that's true.
So I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about you, Marlo2xx, because you just dropped your project called 30 for 30. And tell me about that. Tell me about your new single, Shazam, that dropped, the whole project. Tell me, how did you come up with naming this project 30 for 30?
30 songs, 30 days. It's my birthday month.
Oh,
It's my birthday month.
it's your birthday month. Okay, so you are a Cancer.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. See, I like that. 30 for 30. It's your birthday month. So, hey, 30 songs for 30 days.
30
That's what's up.
songs, 30 days. I ain't missed a
That's it.
day. I ain't
You
missing a
have
day.
not missed a day. Now, tell me, like, your creative process of going into dropping all of these new projects in the span of 30 days.
I love music. I
Mm-hmm.
treat it like basketball. So like the same effort I put into basketball with my past life,
Mm-hmm.
I treat music the same way. It's my newfound love.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's peaceful. It's
Mm-hmm.
peaceful. So if I can, because when I was releasing back then, if you mess with it, you just messed with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I still really don't care who mess with it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I used to get in the shower and I used to have the unreleased songs. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to have to, my hand was wet. So I had to keep unlocking my phone to change the song because it was unreleased. But now I just go on Apple Music, go there, click the song, and I can hear me like 30 songs. That's what I'm on at the end of the
Yeah.
month. The whole 30, I'm just listening to it. I'm going to stand in the shower, listen to the whole 30.
Yeah. So what has been like your favorite song that you made like for this project? What has been your favorite song?
I got three of them. I got three of them out of the 30 that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't even want to drop them three. I still ain't dropped them. I'm holding off. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop them though. It's one called Back End Child, and then there's another one called Attached, and then I remixed that Ludacris Move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna shoot a video for y'all too. I'm gonna shoot a
Okay.
video. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go crazy with that. But
You going crazy. You
them be
going
my top three.
that's like your top three now. Out of the three, which one do you play exactly every day? Like what
Move.
is in your playlist that like that's the first song you're gonna listen to?
Out of the ones that's released or just the whole 30?
The ones that's just released.
Can I just check my other phone real quick?
Yeah.
uh, Cause I didn't put it in the little thing. See, I didn't put it in the little thing with all
Mm-hmm.
the songs. Oh, it'll probably be the song that I made for my dad. It's called
Mm-hmm.
314-713-3141. That was his phone number before I was
Wow.
born.
Wow.
So I made a song and I like incorporated the phone number within the song. So that'll be the first one. And then
Mm-hmm.
No Remorse. So I
Mm-hmm.
got one from the Heem side and then one from the Mac side within the 30.
That's awesome. You paying homage to your dad, and he is still guiding you on this music journey. He always,
Yeah.
will. And I just always think that it touches me when a artist loved one has passed along and they, do a song in remembrance of them, to keep their memory alive, which it
Yeah.
is, and I just love that when I talk to different artists. How did you making this song, how did it feel for you going into the booth and really just, laying down those bars and laying down those
I
tracks?
had I had to put everybody out the studio.
Wow.
To make that specific song, I had to put everybody out the studio.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. I never knew, I never heard an artist say I had to put everybody out of the room.
Yeah, nah, cause
And that,
I know how to keep my emotions within me, but like
mm-hmm,
either like before or after, I'm gonna get
mm-hmm,
emotional. That was like
mm-hmm,
that was the goat in my eyes.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
like I ain't everybody got their goat in rap, but my pops could flow. He could
Mm.
freestyle too. So me and him used to have our little rap battles.
Oh wow. No, no, no. So you used to rap your dad, rap against your dad. Now who would win out of the freestyles? Which
He
you or your
would.
dad?
His intellect was crazy. I
Mm-hmm,
was young at the time, so I used to
mm-hmm.
just be like trying to get it. I used to steal some of his bars.
And you know what? You always keep those memories embedded in you. They're always going to be
Yeah,
with you, And who's to say if you have a son or a daughter, you can do freestyle battles you did with your own dad and
I
just
do
keep.
it with my nephew, and
Okay, see,
he like to,
you keeping it
yeah,
alive. You keeping it
yeah.
alive. Now I know that we're coming up to the end of this interview, Marlo, but I want to put you to the test. All great rappers and artists, when they come on the Sip and Sip podcast, I want you to do a little something something for me if you can. I want to hear just give me like some bars from one of your favorite songs that hasn't been released or that has been released. If you can drop it right here, right now on the Sip and Sip podcast.
Oh, the Sip and Sip podcast.
Uh
What's the
huh.
word? Sip and Sip. You got your boy Marlo 2xx with a freestyle slash a remembrance from one of my music songs. Let's see. It's a lot. It's a lot. I said I
I
got
know I'll put you on the
220.
spot. I know I'll put you on the spot though.
Let me see. Let me see. I'll do the back end, child. You better pay on the front end for you can't afford me on the back end. Child blessed with a faux nick, even if it kick, he gon' gun you down. Check the state murder rate. You could tell STL is running wild. 50 round drum with a faux grip. Yeah, I love to killing style. I know I'm not innocent, but on that stand, I'm in denial. Play with a pussy right now. It feel like I'm drowning in denial.
All right.
You can't walk in my shoes, pussy nigga. You can't even run a mile. High city, bad boy, no did it. Still loked up just like Nipsey. Concentration camp if the little boy fuck with me. Yeah.
All right. All right. That's what's up. Now, what song? What's the name of that song?
Back in town. I'm gonna release it this Friday.
Okay, you releasing it this Friday, so I hope that everybody that watches this and listening, for this episode, make sure you download 30 for 30. Make sure you follow him. Where can people keep up with you on social media? How can they get in touch with you if they want you to come out and do a show, freestyle, whatever the case is? How can people keep up with you on social media?
All booking, you can just hit my DM on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I respond to everybody. I interact with everybody. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, what's your social media handles?
Marlo2xx for every handle.
Marlo2xx. For every handle, make sure y'all follow him. I'm gonna put this in the description below so you can go check him out. Make sure you stream all of his songs. 30 for 30 is out now, and he is releasing a song for the next 30 days. Well, half of July is up, but he
Yeah.
got more songs
More
coming.
coming.
So more coming. So make sure y'all support him from St. Louis, Marlo 2xx. And you know what, Marlo, it has been a pleasure to have you on here. And you're not just a guest, you family now. So you got to come back, chop it up with your girl, and you're always welcome on the Sip and Sip podcast, bro.
I appreciate you for having me on the Sip and Sip podcast. Much love.
Much love to you. Y'all make sure y'all follow, like, comment, subscribe this podcast. We're going up. We're going to continue to go up. Make sure you download us on audio. We are on Google, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Just search the Sip and Sip podcast. Every episode, every Wednesday, plus on YouTube. Every video will drop every Wednesday. All right. So until next time, peace.